Episode 2, Tests. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the tests that some colleges will require you to take in order to apply, such as the SAT and ACT, as well as the subject tests and AP exams. You may not have heard of some of these before, and that's perfectly fine. Don't worry, I'll explain everything. You have most likely taken a standardized test before. In high school, there are a few tests that you will be required to take in order to apply to college, and a few tests that you have the option of taking to either prepare for higher level classes, spruce up your resume and transcript, and potentially place out of or exempt some college courses. Let me just say first that, at the time of this video, there are a lot of changes being made around the country as far as standardized tests. I will try and keep these videos as accurate and up to date as possible, but remember to always use the most recent information available when researching test requirements. Back to what I was saying. Let's start with the PSAT. You may have heard of the SAT before, and the PSAT is very similar. However, while most students will take the SAT as many times as they want throughout their junior and senior years, the PSAT is generally taken twice, once in the fall of their sophomore year and once in the fall of the junior year. What is the PSAT, you might ask? It is pretty much a pre-SAT, or practice for the SAT. But don't be fooled, the PSAT is still important. If you achieve a high enough score, you have the potential to be entered for a chance to win a scholarship for college. The PSAT is comprised of 3 areas: reading, writing, and mathematics. There are multiple sections for each area, each with mostly multiple choice questions and some fill-in questions for the math portion. You get a separate score for each section, which is then composited into one score at the end. Registering for the PSAT is done through your high school, and they should provide information on how and when to register. Though it is optional, I highly recommend it, as it is great practice for the SAT exam. Now onto the SAT. The SAT is one of the tests that is going through some changes right now, but in general, the test is quite similar to the PSAT, except there is also an essay portion. Many colleges will require you to take the SAT or the ACT at least once in order to apply. However, you can take the test as many times as you would like. I recommend taking the SAT at least twice, but not too many times throughout your junior and senior years. The SAT final score is made up of the individual score for the 3 areas, reading, writing, math, as well as the essay score, which is added into your writing area score. When applying to colleges, you can usually choose which of your scores you would like to send, so you can send the better of the 2 scores, or both if you wish. Some colleges allow you to do something called superscoring, which allows you to take the scores from the best areas on any of your tests and make one final score. The company College Board issues the SAT test, and you register for the exam online. I've included the link to the College Board website in the description. Simply create an account and choose the date to take the test. The SAT is usually offered monthly throughout the school year. The ACT is similar to the SAT. As I mentioned, most colleges will require either the ACT or the SAT, but there is nothing wrong with taking both. In fact, I recommend it. Like the SAT, the ACT is comprised of multiple areas, but there are 4 on the ACT: reading, writing, math, and science, and then an essay section that is optional. Though that section is optional, most colleges will require you to take it if you decide to send your ACT scores instead of the SAT. Personally, I feel that you should take it as well. Instead of many tiny sections for each of the areas, like the SAT has, the ACT has 4 long sections and then the essay. Depending on the college and major, you may be required to take SAT subject tests. These tests are shorter than the normal SAT and only cover one subject, such as French or biology. The best way to find out whether a certain college requires these exams in the application is to visit the particular college's website, as every place has different requirements. Finally, we have the AP exams. If your high school offers AP courses, you've probably heard of the AP exams before. Most AP exams are taken in May of your junior and senior years. Often, students enroll in an AP course, for example, calculus, which is taken like a normal class at school, and its main focus is to prepare for the exam in May. When May comes around, students can choose to either take the exam or not, as there is no obligation to. Students can also take an exam even if they have not taken the corresponding high school course, and can self-study using preparation books such as Barron's or the Princeton Review. The AP courses are designed to be the equivalent of an introductory college course in that subject, and are a great way to prepare for college. Furthermore, in some cases, if a student receives a score of a 4 or a 5 on a particular exam, colleges will allow you to place out of that corresponding introductory course. The exams are scored using a 5-point system, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. So, if you score high enough, you have the opportunity to receive college credit even before taking your first step on campus. Check out the next episode to get some helpful advice regarding the college search process and how to find the colleges you want to apply to.